Plaintiff, Catherine Young, rented an apartment with the defendant, and she says he often had people in their place using drugs. Catherine's suing because she claims the defendant ordered pornography on their cable bill, and he spilled cocaine on the carpet and cut a hole in the carpet so the cocaine would not go to waste. Defendant Lauren Corrales says Catherine has an alcohol problem, and she would frequently stay up all night long partying. He denies owing for the carpet or the cable bill.
Start with you.
Okay, so basically, Lauren and I knew each other in high school, and we lost contact throughout the years. And I went to Hawaii, and he decided that he wanted to move in with me. So he messaged me, and we got a hold of each other on the phone. And I told him that that was fine. And I told him that there was not to be any drugs. And honestly, Your Honor, it was a nightmare. I come back from Hawaii to go to a funeral. And he had people all over the place, like from doing drugs and stuff. And I had to go to a funeral.
You had suspected already?
Oh, because, okay, well, basically, he had done drugs before in high school, but he only tampered around with it. Gotcha. And I'm not trying to ruin anyone's reputation or anything, but the fact is that this has a big part to do with my case. Okay,
so let me allow him to give some background first, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to explain the reasons why I left the way I did. She obviously has a alcohol problem.
It's not obvious to me.
Constant drinking, constant noise. I could never sleep. I worked all week. I admit that I did like to party or whatever on the weekends. I worked all week, and that's what I did on the weekends only, strictly. She constantly was up all night. I'd wake up, she'd be passed out on the floor.
Sorry, it's just not true.
I would confront her and ask her if we could kick back with the noise, whatever, because I was constantly woken up every night. And nothing ever changed. And
okay, yeah. She's alleging that you're a dope fiend, and you say she's a drunk. Got it. All right, go right ahead. Now, what do you want to tell me?
I'm really nervous right now, and I failed to mention. Lauren knew the rules.
You need a drink? So you're nervous. So you're nervous. Go ahead. I'm just having fun with you.
Okay, this is the truth. Yes, I was mourning a death. Okay, I did. I drank with Lauren. I did not know he was doing drugs at this time.
Type of drugs?
Carpet drugs.
Pardon me? What type of drugs?
Oh, cocaine.
Okay.
I say carpet drugs because there's a reason for that.
You smoke crack?
I don't know if he smokes crack, but all I know is that...
You're saying he used powder cocaine?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because crackheads, that's what they do. They go through the carpet. And look for and to see if they dropped a rock in there or a little corner of it. I'm telling you.
I don't know, but
years and years ago, people want to know why I know so much about this. I was staying with my brother, and they used to have every dope fiend in and out, right? So I'm staying at my brother's house, and so I come in one day and then looking at the carpet, picking through the carpet. I said, "What's happening, man?" Nothing. Pick up a piece of carpet and walk away. And my brother come out and said, "Steve, your man was digging the carpet, picking up lint." I said, "Is he just a clean freak or what was that about?" He said, "No, that's what the crackheads do. They are so desperate for some more crack when they run out that they somehow hope and wish or think that they drop some in the carpet, and they look around and they find a little and pick it up. Most of the time it's lint. So they go and smoke lint to substitute crack." So that wasn't what you're alleging, though. All right, you don't know anything about that. All right.
So there was apples with holes in them.
What
cans.
now? That's a new one.
That had residue.
I've been around a lot of dope addicts, but I never heard of that.
It was residue with marijuana. This is when I had gotten home.
You said apple.
So it was a nightmare. Yeah, there was an apple with a hole in it with residue of marijuana. So they were smoking out of an apple.
You put a hole in the apple, and you light the apple.
What's the...
That's what I heard.
That's what you heard.
Maybe someone can get the munchies and then they can eat it afterwards.
Yes.
All right, that's a new one. Go ahead.
So there was a girl sleeping on the couch. I didn't know anyone there. And I asked her, I was trying to get kind of information from her. And I said, was there drugs? Obviously there was marijuana. And she said, no, there was no drugs. So she didn't she didn't tell me anything. Well, we had a mutual friend that was there, and they were doing cocaine, and he told me about it, and he also told me about some business that Lauren does, unfortunately.
What do you mean some business that
I don't know,
he
some
does?
shady business he does.
Okay, gotcha.
So I just realized that this is becoming a nightmare. And
Tell me
he
about these
ended up-
damages.
Okay, well, there's a hole in his room when he left without any notice, and he's supposed to give me 30 days notice.
Okay.
So he left without any notice, and I checked out.
How much was he to pay for rent?
900. Well, there's a hole in the carpet because he dropped a powder of cocaine or whatever. He dropped cocaine on there. A mutual friend told me this. And I said, well, why didn't he just...
What kind of cocaine is that causes a hole?
Ew, he cut it up. He cut the carpet up and to get it, to shake it, I guess, is what they told me. So...
Dropped some coke on a spot in the carpet.
Yeah. In his room.
And cut the hole out
Yeah.
so that he could dump the powder on the floor?
I don't know. So this is what I found out. So I asked the friend, why didn't he just vacuum it? And he said because he wanted to do it. So
Makes sense.
yeah, I guess. So that's why there's a hole in the carpet.
I mean,
Now,
what you're saying makes sense. It doesn't make sense to do it.
Right,
It sounds
yeah.
like what you're
I was
saying
I
makes
started to
sense.
wonder-
If you want the stuff and it's all into the carpet, that's the only way you would get it. She's alleging that you're a dope fiend and you say she's a drunk. Got it. All right, go right ahead. Now, what do you want to tell me?
I'm really nervous right now, and I failed to mention.
You need a drink? Say you're nervous. Say you're nervous.
Plaintiff Catherine Young is suing her former roommate because she claims after he spilled cocaine on the carpet, he cut a hole in the carpet so the cocaine would not go to waste.
Sir, what do you want to tell me about this?
I can say that wasn't the case. She had somebody prior that lived there who was a thief, I guess, and the damage had already been done.
Oh,
she's blaming it on me because I moved out. I mean, obviously there's some animosity here, but
You saw the hole before.
yeah, it was actually there. It looked like it had been tried to be glued down. To be honest,
Be careful. I have a good evidence.
Yeah.
All right, what about the rent?
Yeah, the rent, I mean, I understand there was no 30-day, but there's not even a binding contract with there. There's not even any proof that I even lived there, to be honest with you.
Did you, though?
I did. I admit it, yeah.
Well, then I don't need proof.
That's right.
You admit that.
I know. I'm just saying, there was no legal binding contract. So
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
You agreed and you lived there.
Right.
And you should have given notice. Why didn't you? You have a legal defense?
I could never sleep there. I mean, I tried to.
I know that had to do with That's that powder. Yeah, you can't sleep off of that, doctor.
During the week, I could never get any sleep. I had to work
What was
early.
she- because of what?
Because of the noise. She was constantly on her phone. I know she had just moved back, and she was back and forth with some boyfriend she had over there.
You moved because she was on the phone.
No. It was
That's all I've heard
it
so
smelled
far.
like it smelled like cigarettes. I asked her to not smoke. She smoked in the house one time, whatever, and it smelled like alcohol all the time. She drank every day, all day.
Okay.
You know, I didn't do any of that stuff during the week.
Okay.
I waited till the
Yes, you
weekend. I
did.
partied in the
We did
week.
All
together.
right. Let's get to the cable bill, ma'am.
Okay, so then my mom, who I brought today, Linda Young, she found that there was pornography bought in.
Watch out, mama.
Four of them.
Yeah, four different.
Like
I don't mean to be disrespectful, ma'am, but how did you find four? I mean, you didn't stop at the one?
And I checked it out at time.
She has a hard time
I know
hearing.
you did. Come on up. Stand up, ma'am. Stand up and let me get your testimony.
She has a hard
State your name.
I would like
No,
to
state your name. She has a hard time hearing.
My name is Linda Young.
Go ahead.
And I would like to say something as far as a contract. We have it in the text messages that he agreed to the rent, and I had told Lauren twice on the telephone what I expect from him is a 30-day notice if he decided
We're
he
clear
wanted
on
to live
that.
there.
What
Okay.
else? The
And
cable
then
bill she's
the
suing
cable.
about.
Oh, the cable bill. Yes, he
The
said
porno.
he needed the cable bill for his business. Katie didn't really need it, and I thought, okay, so I thought, well, maybe, you know, the cable would be nice. And obviously, it was just a nightmare because it was very expensive because he wanted to have it in his room. And so now I've got 2 DVD-Rs, but it accommodated for Lorne and his whatever
Porno.
fantasy. But
You're saying that he put porno movies on it, and therefore he should pay for it.
Yes.
And you say you didn't?
No. I
And
did
Mom,
not. Do
you
I
say
look like
you
I did
checked
watch
it out?
and he did Time Warner. It says on there about the movies. I went over and checked it out.
I
And
know
then,
you did.
No, I didn't check out the movies.
Oh, you didn't check the movies. Well, you say you went over where?
Well, I went to Time Warner to check. I said, well, can you tell me
Gotcha.
what those movies are? And she said, oh, well, they're X-rated. And I said, oh, X-rated. And then I knew that they were bad movies. And then, of course, Katie
Bad movies. That's right. I'm with you.
And then Katie has it on her text messages.
What was the agreement on the cable? Was he to pay anything?
Yes. He was supposed to pay half.
Half the cable.
Yeah.
All right, so show me the bill. And that half did not include the additional charges for the movies.
Right.
All right.
Right.
And let's see them. And you had something to show me regarding the damages to the carpet,
Yes.
because he denies that. Total
And
monthly service.
just to
and
keep noted, we had a very nice woman and her son that was living there at the time, and we always inspect the room before we rent it out
yeah,
to
and the
another
patch
person.
was obviously, or at least the remnants of the patch was still there.
Right.
So in order for it to have been there when he moved in, he would have to have walked across this remnant every day.
Right.
You'd have to see it every day. Just a
Yeah.
remnant, a piece of remnant tossed to the side. Did you ever see it before, sir?
No, I did not.
All right.
My mom, who I brought today, Linda Young, she found that there was pornography bought in.
Watch out, mama.
Four of them.
Yeah, for
How did you find 4? I mean, you didn't stop at the 1?
Plaintiff Catherine Young is suing her former roommate because she claims after he spilled cocaine on the carpet, he cut a hole in the carpet so the cocaine would not go to waste.
You have anything else you want
Can I
to
say,
show
can
me
I
or
say
tell
something?
me?
I help Katie out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I clean the room. It's brand new
We got it
carpet.
established.
It's a very upscale apartment.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way I wouldn't have noticed that there was a hole in the carpet.
agree.
And when you vacuum that little
And he
piece,
would have noticed
so
it
came
also.
out.
I'm going to grant you your rent. He did not give notice. That's $900. I'm going to grant you your damages. You have proven those. I do not believe his story. With regard to your cable bill, I'm going to grant you that as well. If he's lying about the carpet, he's likely to be lying about the cable bill. The movies certainly are on there. It says total one-time charges and credits, porno. No, I didn't say porno. It just says movies. And then the total monthly charges, I'll charge him his half of that and the additional for the movies. Because your sweet mother said that she went down to Time Warner and found out they were on there. Yeah, right. No, all right. No, I'm just messing with you, man. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Obviously, he's just trying to say that to make me look bad. I did drink a little bit when my friend died. It was a hard on me, obviously. She was like a sister to me. I loved her very much. So yeah, that's obviously false.
That's all I mean, she could say that now, but I mean, I was the one there witnessing it. Nothing ever changed. That's why I wanted to move. So I split and made up a story that I had to move because I got in trouble.